Hi everybody, so by popular demand, everybody asking me, I did promise that if I got enough requests that I would go ahead and do the RBA deck for the Ursa Quest kit from Lost Vape. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. I'm not going to speak too much in the front because we're going to be doing the build and everything. So I'm going to take you down. We're going to build on the RBA deck. Brad's Vapor did send this to me because I only have the sample packaging. But this is actually the retail packaging and everything that comes with it. So we're going to go down, we're going to build on it, we're going to put it together. Then we're going to come back up and I'm going to let you know what I think about the RBA deck for the Ursa UB Pro pod. I don't have the sub-ohm tank because they've been out of stock, so I never got to review that, but I do have the UB Pro pod tank. So let's go down and build on it. Okay, so here we are with the UB Pro RBA deck. This is how the RBA deck comes packaged. The one that I showed you during my review of the Ursa Quest was actually just a sample packaging, but Brad's Vapor did send me this over so that I can actually show you the whole retail packaging. So if you're interested, you can go to Brad's Vapor, and yeah, he's got a whole bunch of these if you're interested in it. On the back, it's going to tell you that it's going to come with the RBA deck and then of course an accessory bag. So once you open this up, inside, you're going to get two things. So first off, you're going to get your RBA deck, which is really, really cool. I'm dying to show you that one. Plus, you're going to get two pieces of cotton. These do have the shoestring anglets on it, so they're easier to use. So you do get those cotton anglets. You're going to get two coils with it. You're going to get some additional O-rings, and then you're going to get this 510 adapter. You are going to need the adapter right away, and of course the coils if you're going to be building on it. Now, it also comes with extra screws as well. Personally, I'm actually going to be using my fuse Claptons. This is just my favorite type of coil, so this is going to be the one that I'm using. The ones that actually come in the bag do not tell you what the material is of them or any of the specifications, so I'm going to be using my fuse Clapton. Now, my fuse Claptons are from Coil Clout. You can go to Coil Clout, and if you use the coupon code Wendy, all caps, all one word, you actually get a discount. And a lot of the tools that I'm using are actually also from Coil Clout. So I'm going to be using a fuse Clapton, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Get that out to the side. As you can tell, I'm out of those coils. Don't worry, I've got backup. And then you're going to pop out the RBA deck. Okay, and this is a very, very generous RBA deck. So what we're going to do to this one is actually do this. So it's really, really nice. It takes a single coil. Very, very nice and spacious. So what we can do is I'm actually going to leave it on where the pod actually fits in here, but I am going to be dry firing it on my Thelema. But this does fit into the UB Pro pod tank. I don't have the sub-ohm tank that it also can fit into because they were out of stock and they still haven't been in stock. So I didn't get it for review, but I do have the UB Pro pod tank, which I really like anyway. So we're going to be using that. So first things first, let's go ahead and put this 510 adapter on the bottom. This 510 adapter is here so that it helps you dry fire your coil. So all you need to do is just go ahead and pop that on there on the bottom like that. And then you can go ahead and put it on a mod. Again, I've got my Thelema right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and thread that on there. And I was very, very excited about this RBA deck, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and remove the ring from right there. This is actually what's going to be on it afterwards, but we don't need it just yet. And this is what the deck looks like. Tell me that doesn't look like a normal, regular RTA deck. Really, really nice and clean. I really like it. You've got the airflow right here, so it's bottom to side, so it's going to come right underneath your coils. And then you've got it also on this side as well. Very nice threading, as you can tell. And of course, this is for the UB Pro tank or the UB Pro pod tank. So that's what that looks like. Loosen those up. Get that tiny, tiny screwdriver. And look how nicely the threading is. It just opens up really, really nice. I absolutely love it. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and open this side. And this is basically going to be like a postless deck. You're just going to be dropping in your coil. Now, what you want to do with your coil is you're going to go ahead and cut this down. If you cut it down to a 6.5, if you are interested in the coiling tool, you can also get this at Coil Clout. And then all you do is you put in the coil like this and you can measure it and clip it off. Okay, take that one off there. Stop sticking my finger. And there's the other one. And this is going to be the perfect length for the coil. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that aside. And all you need to do is just literally just drop your coil in just like that. If it just drops right in. And this is the perfect height right there. So it's getting right over that airflow. I'm just going to hold it in place while I screw this one down. Okay, make that kind of tight right there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Really, really easy to build on. I absolutely, I want to say that this is probably my top 3 RBA decks ever that I really, really like. So what you want to do then is just grab your screwdriver and straighten it out. Straighten that out just like that. And there you go. All right. And that's what that looks like. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to dry fire it, but I wanted you to see where the airflow is. The airflow is actually going to be hitting right from the bottom of that coil, which is the perfect space. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn this on and we'll start dry firing it. I am going to use my ceramic tweezers. I do recommend ceramic tweezers whenever you're doing any type of coil builds, because you definitely don't want to touch metal to it, especially if you're pressing the fire button. Okay. Help it heat up a little bit faster as well. You just want to lightly strum it depending on the type of coils, or you can pinch it like this just to get the hot spots out. Anything that looks like a lightning bolt is a hot spot. So you definitely want those out. All right. And we're looking to heat this from the inside out. And there we go. Absolutely beautiful coils. I love, these are my favorite coils. Look at the blues. Love, love, love that. So what I'm going to do now is I can go ahead and grab my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. This is just my preferred cotton. I know that they give us anglets, but I know what my flavor tastes like with my cotton, so I'm going to use mine. And you can get that also at Coil Cloud. I know. I'm telling you, I just pick everything up. It's one-stop shopping for me. And what you're going to do is just, and these are 3mm inner diameter coils. I'm just going to go ahead and put that through. Lick the tip just the way I like it. Put that through like that. Grab the other end. Pull it through. If you pull from both ends, it'll actually go through a lot easier. I do like my cotton to be very, very firm inside my coil, but not moving my coil, because if it's too loose, you can get spit back. So I like to do it this way. And then what I'm going to do is take my handy dandy new scissors, which I'm loving, by the way, because my other ones were really messed up. And I'm just going to angle it right here where the actual deck is right there for your wicking channel. I'm just going to cut it right there. And that's going to sit really nice. And I'm going to do it on this side as well. There, look how sharp these are. And then I'm just going to fluff it out just a little bit. Not too much, but I am going to fluff it out a little bit. It's just something that I like to do. So I'm fluffing that. And then just cut these ends. Like that. And that's going to sit right there in the channel once we screw the top back on. Just going to cut off just thin it out just a little bit more. You want to keep a lot in the wicking channel itself because it is a big juice flow right there. So you're going to have a lot of juice coming out from here. There we go. And that's going to be perfect there when we put the ring on it. And we're just going to do the same thing to the other side. Again, I'm thinning it out, but I'm not thinning it out too much, but I am thinning it out just a little bit. And then bring it down again where you can see it and cut right there. Okay, and then this is going to lay right there. And then all we need to do is just go ahead and put this on the top. Just screw that back down. And look at the threading. Super, super easy to put that back on. And if you notice, my cotton is peeking right through the bottom. And if there's any excess, you can go ahead and cut that off just to keep it even, especially with your OCD. I'm actually going to be wetting the coil, so that's going to take a different shape. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I do, and I'm going to pulse and fire. So here we go. Put it on there, drip and fire, drip and fire with my drip witch. Drip and fire. There we go. Now when you're doing this, we're just making sure that the cotton within that coil is nice and saturated. That way you're not getting any dry hits, you're not getting any burn hits, and it'll be saturated right there. Now if you notice, I'm not even putting liquid on the ends I'm just like holding it with the tip because it's already wetting through the bottom by just doing this. It's automatically going to bring that e-liquid down to the bottom here. I just want to keep it in there. There we go. So then if you're OCD like me, you just want to push in the rest of it right there. That's what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. Now what I need to do is take it off of here. What I'm going to do is just take this whole thing off like this. Look at that blue. Okay, just go ahead and remove that. Then we're going to take off this 510 adapter because we don't need it anymore. And unscrew that. There we go. And then we're just going to go ahead and put it right into our UB Pro pod. This is the one for the UB Pro. It says right there, push it in. Okay, so that's in there. So all we need to do now is fill it. Love the smell of this stuff. Okay, close it up. Take our Ursa Quest and just screw this in here because I already have the base on it for the pod because that's how I was rocking it, was with the pod. And screw that down. There we go. Let's go ahead and go on top. We're going to vape on it and I'll tell you my thoughts. Okay, so here I am back on top with the UB Pro pod tank with the RBA deck in it. This is the one that we built down below. I've actually been vaping on it for a few days and it's still keeping up. So let's go ahead and have a vape and then we're going to talk more about it. Flavor and clouds. And I have this at 61.5. Because I don't know how to use even numbers. So yeah. So one more vape and then we're going to talk about it. I love this flavor in here. So let's go ahead and talk about it now. For me, I was very, very excited about this RBA deck. As you can see, I already had one built because I've already been using the RBA before. But I wanted to do a dedicated video because you guys did ask me for it. Personally, I think that this is a super, super simple RBA deck. I feel like it's so close to being an RTA to me. It really is. For flavor, for clouds, for the ease of use and everything else. Other than it being really, really tiny, it's actually really big in flavor and everything else. So it really makes up for it. I'm not disappointed in the RBA. I actually prefer it. Because I really like the flavor on it. I like building on things. So for me, it's really, really nice. I'm not usually into RBA decks. To be totally honest with you, I'm really not. But this one makes me want to use the RBA deck because it's so good. It really is. It's got that flavor. It's giving you clouds. It's easy to build in. It's easy to wick. Everything about this is super, super simple. And you can use the RBA deck either with the UB Pro pod or with their tank, which I don't know what it is because I haven't reviewed it. I did ask for them to send me one so that I can review it when they're back in stock because apparently everybody's out of stock on them because you guys like them so much. So I have not had the chance to do that, but I do have an RBA waiting for it. So when it comes, I can actually do the RBA build for it as well. But yeah, so I really like it. Again, simplistic. It's very, very easy. I love this. I love everything about this. If you didn't watch my review, I'm going to go ahead and leave the link down below. I'll probably try to put a card up here as well. But yeah, if you haven't seen my review on it, it is so well made. Everything about it. And the stock coils that come with it, chef's kiss. I'm telling you, the flavor is outrageously good. They last a really nice long time, depending on the type of e-liquid that you're using. And with the RBA, it just perfects it. It really does. Even if I didn't have the sub-ohm tank for it, it just perfects it like this. Also, this whole kit does come with a 510 adapter. I just didn't want to switch them out because it's just an RBA build. But it does come with a 510 adapter, so you can use the sub-ohm tank. I think it's a sub-ohm tank that they have as well using the RBA. I'm giving them 10 out of 10 for the RBA deck. I think that it works absolutely amazingly. Easy to build. It's easy to... Everything about it's really, really good. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I did promise to do a dedicated video, so I wanted to go ahead and do that for you. But let me know down in the comments, did you get the RBA? Have you built on the RBA? Are you thinking about it? Are you going to get it? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one.